Being turned down by a woman can definitely sting. After all, you put yourself out there, whether by asking her out, proposing an idea, or making a request. It's understandable that your self-esteem might take a hit when she declines. You likely invested a lot of time and effort into planning your proposal, gathering the courage to ask, or preparing for that specific moment. Now, it might seem like all that effort has gone to waste. To make matters worse, if your friends catch wind of your rejection, you might become the target of their jokes for a while. But don't worry, because there's a silver lining. That "no" you heard might actually be a blessing in disguise, leading you to this very moment. I've got some effective strategies that can turn those rejections into affirmatives, making the woman or girl you're interested in more likely to say yes to you more often than you might expect. So stay tuned, because what lies ahead could transform your approach and reveal new dimensions to your friendships and relationships. The act of persuasion. Persuasion is all about the art of guiding someone to see things from your perspective. It's about encouraging them to change their mind, adopt a new behavior, or embrace a new idea through effective communication. It's not about deception or coercion, but rather about gently leading them to a different viewpoint. Mastering the skill of persuasion is crucial if you want to transform her no into yes. Let's dive into how to do this. First, you need to understand the concept of reciprocity. Reciprocity is the idea that when someone does something kind for you, you feel a natural urge to return the favor. It's an unwritten rule that fosters good relationships and mutual respect. For example, if you're always the one to drop her off at work when her car is in trouble, she'll be more inclined to help you out in a similar situation in the future without you needing to ask. This is reciprocity in action. Imagine a scenario where a friend invites you to a party. There's an unspoken expectation that you'll invite them to a party you host in the future. Or consider a colleague who does you a favor. There's an implicit understanding that you'll reciprocate when the time comes. Acts of kindness create a cycle of goodwill that strengthens relationships and builds trust over time. By consistently being kind and helpful, you create an environment where she feels obligated to return your kindness. This obligation increases the likelihood that she'll say yes to your requests. Remember, people are more inclined to agree with those they feel indebted to, as societal norms dictate this behavior. The key is to ensure you're always the one to initiate acts of kindness and make sure what you give is personal and unexpected. The next step is to leverage this understanding of reciprocity to build stronger bonds. When she sees how considerate and supportive you are, she'll naturally feel more connected and appreciative. This bond makes her more likely to respond positively to your future requests. Always strive to be the first to offer help or kindness, and make your gestures thoughtful and surprising. Remember, the power of reciprocity lies in its ability to create lasting connections based on mutual respect and kindness. By being proactive and considerate, you set the stage for a relationship where no becomes a rare response. Keep this principle at the forefront of your interactions, and you'll find it much easier to gain affirmative responses from the women you're interested in. So if there's one takeaway from this discussion, let it be this. People are more likely to say yes to those they feel they owe something to. Society expects us to act this way, and by being the first to give, you create a powerful dynamic in your favor. Make sure your acts of kindness are personalized and unexpected to maximize their impact. Be scarce. Showing affection is great, but it's essential not to overdo it. People often desire and value things that are not always readily available. If you become too constant in her life, it might come across as eager or desperate. Instead, create the impression that you have your own busy life, even if you don't. By doing this, you create a sense of scarcity around your time and attention. When you're not always available, she will appreciate the moments you spend together more. Don't drop everything to be with her all the time. This way, she'll see you as someone with their own life, making you more intriguing and desirable. When you do get the chance to spend time together, plan unique and memorable experiences. Whether it's a spontaneous weekend getaway, a special dinner, or an adventurous outing, these moments will stand out and make her want more of your company. The scarcity principle in relationships is about making yourself a valued and limited resource. It's not about playing games, but about valuing yourself and your time. By doing this, you'll create a dynamic where she's more likely to pursue and value a relationship with you. Now let's move on to the third point.
Have authority. Having authority is crucial, as people tend to follow those they perceive as credible and knowledgeable. When you suggest she do something, you'll often receive a yes if you come across as confident and informed. Think about a physiotherapist. They're more successful in getting patients to follow exercise routines if they have their medical diplomas displayed on their office wall. Or consider someone in a uniform asking you for change. You're more likely to comply because the uniform signals authority and credibility. In your love life, this principle translates to showing confidence, knowledge, and reliability. You don't need to boast about how great you are. Let your actions speak for themselves. Your confidence can be incredibly persuasive. When you believe in yourself, others are more likely to believe in you too. Share your knowledge and insights naturally, without being boastful. Whether it's about your job, a hobby, or a passion, displaying your knowledge can make you more attractive. Alternatively, let others speak to your strengths. Friends or mutual acquaintances can highlight your qualities, while your actions demonstrate your reliability and skills. For instance, if you're a good cook, invite her over and prepare a fantastic meal. Let your expertise shine through your actions rather than words. Projecting confidence and showcasing your skills subtly makes you more attractive and trustworthy. She'll be more inclined to follow your lead, trust your decisions, and see you as someone worth investing time in. Remember, the principle of authority in relationships is about showing, not telling. Women and people in general are more likely to follow someone they see as credible and knowledgeable. Consistently suggest things with confidence, and you'll likely get a yes more often.
Ace consistency. Consistency is a powerful principle, and people love to stay consistent with things they've previously said or done. It's just how we're wired. The key to leveraging consistency is starting with small, easy commitments. Begin by asking for minor favors or agreements. Simple things like choosing a restaurant for a date or picking a movie to watch together. These small yeses build a pattern of consistency. Once she's made a few small commitments, she'll likely agree to bigger ones, creating a snowball effect. Start small and gradually ask for more significant commitments, like planning a weekend trip together. The trick is to get her to make these commitments in a way that feels public and voluntary. For example, when she agrees to try a new hobby with you, mention it to friends or post about it on social media. Public commitments reinforce the desire to stay consistent, as she won't want to back out in front of others. Encourage her to take an active role in planning and decision-making. When she feels involved and like it's her own choice, she's more likely to stay committed. By using the principle of consistency, you're tapping into a natural human tendency. People don't want to feel inconsistent. Starting with small commitments makes it easier to get bigger yeses later, building a pattern of trust and agreement. This approach makes her more likely to follow your lead and invest in the relationship as much as you want her to. Now let's move on to number 5.
Leverage liking. Liking plays a crucial role in getting people to say yes. People tend to agree with those they like. But what exactly makes us like someone? There are 3 main factors: similarity, compliments, and cooperation towards shared goals. First, similarity naturally draws us to people who share common interests. If you both love movies, suggest a movie date. Discuss your favorite films and past movie experiences. This shared interest creates a connection and makes her more inclined to say yes. Next, genuine compliments make people feel good and more connected. When you sincerely compliment someone, it boosts their self-esteem, making them more likely to agree to your requests. Compliment her on her taste in music or how she handled a challenging situation. If your compliments are genuine and heartfelt, they will pave the way for future yeses. Finally, cooperation or working together towards a common goal builds a sense of partnership. Plan a fun project together, like cooking a meal or organizing a small trip. Engaging in cooperative activities strengthens your bond and makes her more likely to agree with you in the future. By leveraging these elements of liking, you create a positive and supportive environment that increases the chances of her saying yes. Social proof. Social proof is a powerful psychological principle that can greatly influence behavior. It's based on the idea that people, especially when uncertain, look to the actions and behaviors of others to guide their own decisions. In romantic relationships, social proof can be incredibly effective. Here's how you can use social proof to your advantage. If you want her to join you in a new activity or habit, Mention how many of your friends or people she respects are already doing it. For example, you might say, "Hey, a lot of our friends have started singing karaoke on Fridays, and it looks like they're having a blast. We should try it sometime." Or you could remind her of how your mutual friends took a trip to the mountains and couldn't stop raving about it, then conclude with, "We should totally plan something like that." Social proof works because it taps into our natural desire to conform and fit in with others, especially those we admire or see as similar to ourselves. When she sees that others are doing something and enjoying it, she's more likely to feel comfortable and confident in trying it herself. Using social proof in your interactions can subtly and effectively influence her decisions, making it easier for her to say yes to your suggestions. Now, if all else fails, here's what you can do.
If you've put these strategies into practice and still receive a no, don't take it personally. A no isn't a reflection of your worth. It might just be a matter of timing, circumstances, or personal preferences. If appropriate, ask for feedback. Understanding the reasons behind her no can provide valuable insights and help you improve for the future. Keep a positive mindset because rejection is a part of life, and each no brings you closer to a yes. Thank you so much for watching.